Yeah, revealing week. You know, when you spend so much time kind of explaining to others or trying to where exactly they fit in this whole Jacob's ladder of ascension, you lose sight of any concrete middle ground area where you may be fitting in. I mean, it gets as ridiculous as thinking I'm just a nobody, or no, 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 I'm an angel in a human body, and I have to go through the processes of the human experience to graduate to some level, or then we've all had those moments where, oh my God, I am God. How does that work? How do I control the, how am I doing that? I mean, it's crazy some of the things that we're pretty much forced to think, but it's for a reason. It's because our minds need to go through all of those different scenarios because, again, learning is not just about what you absorb, but it's how you learn these things. And yesterday I had a very powerful day where I had a lot of self introspection, assisted introspection. And presented to me were some very interesting scenarios. And I see how the world is always ironic. You know, we have comments like truth is stranger than fiction, not even knowing how true that is. We don't practice that, you know. We just don't believe shit. Forgetting, wait, truth is stranger than fiction, so it's probably true. Tom Clancy's quote the other day, when asked, for you, what is the difference when you read a book between a fiction book and a reality book? And he wrote, the fiction books are easy because people believe those. The reality ones are hard to write because no one believes some of the stories I tell, but they're true. That's brilliant. I put myself in a very interesting position. I can be everything from a preacher in the sense of like being at the Vatican, not like Adolf Hitler spitting venom out there on crystal methamphetamine, yelling at his crowds, right? Or Charlie Sheen. Now everyone makes fun of Charlie Sheen. See, I can see things with different eyes. I always knew something weird was going on with that guy. That day, I was like, dude, I didn't think he was on drugs. I thought he was like CIA mind controlled. If you listen to some of the things he said, and in more ways than one, I can definitely identify with what he's saying. I want to interject here also the realization that I'm in a lot of pain, man. I got bad legs. I'm walking around. My life is not easy for me right now. I thought I was the Ascension Master. And the discovery and disclosure to me that all this hard work doesn't mean that you get tomorrow off. All this hard work means, damn, this guy's really good at working in a spiritual ascension environment. We need to put a little more load on his back. Oh, no, 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 no. Well, he just carried all of these wounded soldiers, Don. Can you carry a few more for us? That wasn't the point. Don, you're here for the team, right? It tends to be the divine ones. It tends to be the angels, the ascended masters, that take these burdens. A realization I've had to the point where, I mean, I would feel comfortable in saying, my God, you know, look at how they treat people in the ghetto and things like that. You know what? They're closer to God in an angelic level than most people who are living in nice neighborhoods. Why? Because that seems to be how it works. It's an easy identification card. Charlie Sheen saying, you know, I'm on a different, you know, extraterrestrial plane. He says, you know, what I'm dealing with now is just like I've heard my calling. He says. Everyone's laughing. He's on drugs. He's on drugs. When was the last time you did drugs? I don't know, man. I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's the level I'm at. I have one speed, and that is go. But don't you worry you'll OD? And it's funny, he also says, probably more than a human being could handle. That's how much drugs I did. Well, how can you handle that many drugs? He says, because I'm different. I'm different. I got a different brain, I got a different heart. I piss tiger blood, man. He's absolutely goddamn right. He's absolutely goddamn right. And then he said, well, you know, why do you do that? He goes, I give people magic. I show them a life that's wild and crazy. I'm not embarrassed about that. That they will never live in their normal, boring lives. Absolutely right. We look at him like a novelty, but what he is saying is, I am living the crazy, wild life that you can live vicariously through me. I'm doing the magic. I'm the crazy millionaire, #1 TV show in the country, drug-using porn star fucking guy. And now he's got AIDS. Huh. Wow. My brother died of AIDS. One of the first people I ever saw dead. I saw someone killed before that. And that begins the process of things that I don't share. Because it sounds too storybook sometimes. You know, this is before Magic Johnson. So my mom didn't tell me or my younger brother, I was 17 at the time, that my brother had AIDS. But I knew all those sores and wounds on his body and looking like he was in a death camp wasn't from cancer. And he was the nicest goddamn guy in the world, man. He was the sweetest person in the world. He's a great brother. One night when he was at the house, we had a live-in nurse, but she went home at night. And I'm in my room, I was only 17, and I heard him screaming in his bedroom, "Help! Help!" I'll never forget that. Help! And I remember being all pissed off because I was like, "What the fuck, dude? I know someone here, so why aren't anyone going to help him?" It dawns on me, of course they hear him. They're scared to go down. He's falling on the ground. They need to go pick him up and put him back in the bed. And at the time, I remember, like, I mean, we really were all under the impression, like, if you're in a room with someone with AIDS, you'll get it. I don't give a fuck. Help. Help. I went in. Of course I picked him up. Of course I put him back in the bed. While everyone else slept. And he turns to me in a classic movie moment. He says, "Don." Yeah, what? "You are a good soul." Looking back at it now, it's as if it was a test. It's time and it's so much better. It's trying to go back to sleep. Stopped me perfectly at the door. "Don, yeah, you're going to remember this moment. You are the good soul." That's not the first time someone said that to me. In a moment like that. I mean, I have a whole gamut of things. I've been on Oprah because my life is so fucking ridiculous. When they had a guy on there who wrote the crazy, wildest drug life story they said was fake, they invite Don on as a guest, as this is the real guy, if you want to see him. That's real. That's very real. I use real like it's a fucking slang term, dude. The fact of the matter is, I'm so real, it's ridiculous. I'm too real for my human existence to accept. I'm not a fucking spirit here trying to gain more experience. I am a bored to death ascended master. Back here helping out my friends that haven't made it yet. I'm Kobe Bryant and there's no basketball here for me. Just like Charlie Sheen using drugs. I sold everything, anything that could make me happy. I know money won't do it. I tried drugs, it didn't work there. I tried love, and that failed. I won't even go out with someone unless they're my soulmate. It's a little chauvinistic and arrogant, don't you think? Not for someone who's been here before. Not saying you're the smartest guy in the world or the wisest guy in the world. But that sums it up, doesn't it? You've definitely fucking been here before. Yeah, exactly. It answers all of your questions. That's all you need. It's not complicated. What? I've been here before. You ever been in a job where you're always there at the job? Eventually you just know everything to the point of boredom. Jimmy Page, not being able to play guitar. Jimi Hendrix, trying to explain to people what a guitar is. And they call him crazy and a kook and he's on drugs. Just like they say to you when you try to explain to them the messages that you get. Describing what it's like on that other side. Because you've got to come back and tell the story. I don't even think that other dude came back to tell the story. He was just giving people word of mouth from what his dad had told him. You've been there and we sent you back. And you're consciously aware of it. You already graduated, Don. You're not trying to earn your way to heaven. Alright? We're feeding the cat. We're bringing in your mail. It makes sense now, doesn't it? But you think you're not perfect. Really, you're just a frustrated person who's used to a heaven, and now you're living in a bored hell. There's nothing to do. When in actuality, your soul and your spirit is so complex. You know, you're an IndyCar race driver who doesn't have a car. Doesn't it make sense? That's what's going on with you. You're not suicidal because you're depressed. You're bored. Nothing excites you. No, that sucks. I must have some disease. No, it's because you've done it all before. And your soul knows it, man. And people identify it. Because even the realest of the real, who killed themselves, people don't know about that. Oh, I can't believe he killed himself. Everyone was stunned. The last person you ever thought would kill himself. No one knows. And I promised I wouldn't tell anyone. That individual and me used to have very deep talks. And it would be quite a bold statement for me to make a statement like this, but I'll put it on my soul. He was aware, dude. If people found out that I was sharing all this information with you, Don, because I'm Mr. Cool, they'd be rocked. But I want to let you know right now, it's because you are the only real person I know. Out of all the celebrities you know, out of all the hardcore thugs you know, yeah, you're the only authentic, real person I know. So I can talk to you about it. Now, I don't know why he shot himself in the head, but I remember the talks we had, and he wasn't some shallow thug. He was a deep motherfucker, and I know those types kill themselves. So don't fucking walk around like you're his best friend saying, I don't understand why he did it. Because he knew everyone used him for his muscle. He didn't have any real friends. He was deep, and he had to put on a fucking tough vest. But he says to me, don't tell anyone. You know that's why we love you, man, because you're real. God damn, dude. I take that quote over anyone else from that man. And I am. That's not arrogant. Just like I said in the Gandhi quote. If one man knows something and knows the truth about something, it doesn't matter if the entire rest of the world disagrees with him, spits on him, and calls him crazy. If that man knows the truth and they don't, that man is the most powerful man on the planet. Because he knows something that no one else does. And I guess we'll leave it at that. But that's the truth. That's the magic. Live it up, man. Don't shove it in people's faces. But yeah, North Hollywood Bank robbery, stroll, man. It's your world. I'm just walking around in it.